years is no walk in the park, right? So stating the year 130th staging of the pen release, right?
Yeah, they're now
And
using running 100.
the run okay, so the 130th running of the pen release, right?
Yeah.
And then as John Ryan hinted, whoever you're interviewing, you'd say, and I'm here with, for example, I'm here with Shiloh Brock. Shiloh, how are you? Or you can refer to them as Mr. Miss Shiloh, Mr. Miss Brock, how are you? Right? And you get into your interview. Now, for me, and even Uncle, I'm sure you can just chip in here. Sometimes when it is that you have an interview to do with someone who may just be there for a short while, or it's not one of those interviews that you can sit and do, it's just on the ground, ready to go, knock it out the park quick and fast. You may not be able to say all the elements, but it's critical that you say your name. You say, for I can give you an example. Regine Bennett here with KiDz Media Network at the 130th running of the pen relays. Thank you so much for joining me. And you just run into it. So sometimes you won't even get to say the running, but you just say Regine Bennett here from KiDz Hub at the pen relays, and you jump into the interview, depending on the kind of interview. If it's really like one that's on the go, like you have to do it no one, it's not like you have a bit of time, can sit with them, then at that time you won't be able to say all the elements because you need to get the interview out the way, especially if it's somebody that can't be there for long. So there are exceptions, but really and truly, you need to ensure that you state all the elements. So your name, the running, that's 130th running of the pen relays with KiDz Hub Media Network. You can even add your own flair. So there's no specific order per se that you need to follow, but ensure that it's making sense and you have them all there. So don't get yourself jumbled. If you already have an order, that's fine. But say when you're talking, right, you end up saying your name and then that you're at the 130th running of the pen relays and you never got to say KiDz Hub Media Network. Don't bother book shuffle. It's okay. You just say, my name is Regine Bennett at the 130th running of the pen release with KiDz Hub Media Network here on the ground. So there are different ways in it, and of course it comes with experience. But I'm just saying, if it is that you don't say it in the order that you probably rehearsed, because things happen. Sometimes when you're in front of the camera, that's your most authentic self, by the way, everybody. So rehearsal is just reparation, because if you fail to prepare to fail. But I'm saying that sometimes things happen in front of the camera. How you probably wanted to introduce yourself, it never go exactly as how you planned, but that's okay because there's ways to spin it. Being breathe and you just continue along the way. Now, before I get each of you to do the introduction I did, which is, hi everyone, my name is Regine Bennett here representing KiDz Hub Media Network at the 130th staging of the pen relays. Yes, and I'm here interviewing and you jump into it. Or if it's not an interview, you just say that same introduction and that we're here on the ground, it's looking really good. Uncle, are they still gonna be at the Team Jamaica Bicker Village?
Yes.
So let's go from the top. Hi everyone, Regine Bennett here at the 130th running of the pen relays with KiDz Hub Media Network, and I'm so excited to be here in the Team Jamaica Bicker Village. I mean, the athletes are getting ready. The excitement is buzzing all around. So sometimes even just talking about the atmosphere, you need to do an introduction. So it's not just for interviews. Though tonight or this evening we'll be doing the interviews, but your introduction is just for even banter. That is when you're just talking to your fellow kids about what's happening on the ground or how your experience has been so far, or just anything that it is that you're on camera to speak about. You need to introduce yourself. All right, we're following so far. Let me see some thumbs up because I want to ensure that I still have you. With thumbs, all right, we're following, lovely. Now, as I said, we're gonna jump into you giving me an introduction based on what I said to you. So if you have your notepad, Or if you just have it, mentally, I want to see it. All right. But critical things that you need to look on also is your body language. Are you in an interview maintaining eye contact, having a good posture? Because these things affect how you come across. And remember, we're young professionals. We lick about with talawa. So not because you're small mean however you're interviewing or it lick down. You understand what I'm saying? Like we are doing this at the highest standard. And that's how you should carry yourself. Shiloh, anything you want to chip in here because I know you know to steal the show.
Okay, so as she was saying, we're here at the highest standard, the highest level.
Hi, Shiloh.
Hi everyone. My apologies. Let me introduce myself. Hi everyone. My name is Shiloh Brocco. I am a junior broadcaster, and this is so nostalgic because I was once here. I was once sitting with my notepad, my pencils, and everything. But get to the point. So in presenting yourself in, your posture and everything, upright, stand at alert, stand at attention. Right. I just saw Asia. When I said upright, she went right upright. But okay, posture is important. The way you speak, make sure that you enunciate and pronounce your words properly, and that you don't your the way you speak is clear, definitely, right? Because you want them to be able to hear everything that you have to say, and you want the listeners as well to to hear everything, right? Because you want them to have your attention. You want to grab attention. You want to make sure that you are presenting everything to the T, okay? As well as what Regina had said is about you are not little, small. You might be small, but you're not small, right? So the way how you come across to whoever you're interviewing, because we're presenting interviews right now, whoever you're interviewing, at the end of it, they should be like, whoa, that was a good interview. You have made a mark. So the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, posture upright, and eye contact. Whenever someone is speaking, I know you can look at the nose if you don't want to look directly in their eyes and be staring, because it might feel a little intimidating. So you can look at the nose or look in the direction, so above their head, right? So eye contact is good because it shows that you are interested in what the person has to say, right? So whenever you're speaking, remember eye contact, posture, be polite, right? And a little smile and a nod, or you can just smile and you know so those things are important in showing that you're engaged in the conversation. So yes, continue, Regine, back to you.
Thank you so much, Shiloh. Thank you so much. And even as Shiloh just said, back to you. We're gonna get into that when we talk about interviews because I'm telling you, these little bits that you'll add at the end, for example, when you finish, because we did a package for Pen Life. That was Uncle, are we still doing that package? Pen
Yeah,
Life,
we are.
where we literally had to say stuff like that, like back to you over at Team Jamaica Biko Village when we're at the stadium. So it's all pieced together nicely, But just to focus on the introduction for right now, I thought to just share an example of me in the field so that I was where you are. So no need to think that I just got here. I had a lot of trial and errors, a lot of no Regine, do it this way, and it can give me a better one, a better take. It's all in it. So not to worry. Let me share my screen. Am I able to share? Yes. Screen. Hold on. Okay. Let me see. Are you all seeing my screen? Are you all seeing my screen?
Yep.
We are.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so let's watch this one. Hold on, let me see if I can get it bigger.
Media Network, and I'm here at
Hold
the World
on.
Hi everyone, my name is Regine Bennett, a junior broadcaster from the KiDz HuB Media Network, and I'm here at the 124th staging of the Penn Relays here at the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia.
All right, so let's analyze this video right here. Right? Looking pleasant, happy. I know my eyes are small, shiny eyes, but I'm looking in the camera. Okay, everybody? So let's listen again.
My name is Regine Bennett, a junior broadcaster.
Regine Bennett has stated my name, junior broadcaster from KiDz HuB Media Network next.
From the KiDz HuB Media Network, and I'm here at the
124th staging, you would say running, so 130 running. So I stated those three elements already: name, KiDz HuB Media Network. At the 100, for this one it was the 124th, but for you 130th running.
Staging of the Penn Relays here at
right there. I made a mistake
of the Penn Relays.
If you hear it properly.
24th staging of the
I was gonna say of the university, and I caught myself and then continued. So don't fluster because things happen. But how you recover says a lot about you as a junior broadcaster. Will you let it eat you alive? Or will you move ahead gracefully? So it's all in it. I'm telling you, I've book shuffled before. Sometimes we just have to cut all together because it was not it. And that's okay. But sometimes we don't have the time for the cuts and the breaks. So you really need to put on your A jacket and go out there and do your best. Because things are moving fast and your intro is something that you should try to have sealed. But if you make a mistake, move ahead gracefully. Unless you get the cue that, all right, cut, we're going to do that take again. Fine? But what? You want to limit that. Not saying it can't happen, but you want to limit how many times that happened. Get it down, seal it, have it, know it like the back of your hand. All right? Maintain eye contact. All right,
Penn Relays here at the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia.
All right, I will wrap up right there. Okay? What I'd say also for this one, probably, let's consider that maybe I wouldn't have made that mistake if I was a bit slower in my pace. Yes, slower in my pace.
My mom always tells me that I need to go slower because I can book shuffle.
Yes, and she's correct. Speak clearly with proper pacing. Because sometimes we have the thoughts in our head, but our words and how we're talking is just way faster. But if we pace ourselves, that is going at a moderate pace, that's good enough for you to just breathe and allow yourself to just match your thoughts with your words and how fast you're going, it can be better. And that's something that I'm still even practicing, and I've become better over the years. But at this point, I know now, looking back, that I could have paced myself better. And so it's for us now to just learn from our other kids of us mistakes and do better. You're gonna have your own journey, things that you need to fix, and that's okay. But just to share with you that these things happen and how to correct them. So that's one. Let us know because the other videos I have, they're for interviews. So I want to hear from you now based on the video that I just shared. Let me stop sharing. Because remember, we're working with 2 hours and it's a technical session. So I want to hear from you. I see a hand raised, Chrisana. You have a question? Or is it that you want to, is it the hands are for you to say your intros? That's what the hands are for? Okay. We're on the same page. Lovely. All right. So how many HuBers do we have on, excluding myself and Shiloh? So that's Uncle. So we have 21. Okay. So let's get to it. Because
remember Aiden as well.
Who?
Yeah, we have a few. We have a few media mentors. We have a few.
We have a
staff
few
coordinators.
Staff coordinators.
Yeah,
okay.
Miss Box from CSPS is a staff coordinator. Miss Green is also a staff coordinator as well. And then we have Miss Johnson, who is a staff coordinator. So, but everybody else
Okay.
is a HuBer, yeah.
All righty. All right. So let's get started in this because at exactly 8 o'clock or even a little before, we're going to jump into interviews and then do a mock trial. So let's be timely here. Let's go with Chrisana. Chrisana, take it away. I'm not seeing Chrisana though. Chrisana, what happened to your camera?
She's trying to log in on her tablet, I think.
Okay, so let's move on and come back to her. Araya, go ahead. I remember I'm looking for everything, so I need to see your posture, everything. I'm looking at everything. Ready? Can you? All right, go. I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you, Araya. Probably do it without the AirPods. I still can't hear you. Is your audio still connected? Is your speaker connected to the AirPod still?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Araya Robinson, a junior broadcaster with the KiDz Media Network. Here I am. Here, take two. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Araya.